guys, SlaneyHD here. Today I'm going to do my video about how GameStop screwed me over. Before I get into that story, I would like to point out this is not the first time, and probably won't be the last if I continue to use their services. And obviously this is a common occurrence. You see tons of these videos, whether it be employees of GameStop or customers complaining about which in some way GameStop has screwed them over. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. Basically, the way they screwed me over, it has to do with the game I'm playing right now. So I was approved for a GameStop credit card, and I've been rebuilding my credit for the past few years. Got it to a good score, and so GameStop offered me a credit card. I don't use them that much, but hey, why not? You know, I do purchase a lot of games. Why not take the card? So I got the card, and this was actually my first purchase on the card. So I purchased Grand Theft Auto, and I'm assuming, you know, you buy the game and they give you the game, but that's not at all how it worked out. So I purchased the game, and I get an email saying we have to review this order, and I'm like, okay, that's weird. And then I think about it for a little bit, and I'm like, okay, well, maybe it's because it's a mature rated game. That was my first thought, but then I thought to myself, well, no, that can't be it, because I used a credit card with my name. You have to be 18 to have a credit card in your name. Pretty sure. Correct me if I'm wrong. So, you know, not only they had to review it, so I was a little pissed off because I knew it was going to take a little bit of time to download the game. I purchased the game. I wanted to play it. So what I did was I assumed, which I guess, you know, I can take some of the blame for assuming. I was like, you know what, I'll just run over, hop on Steam, buy the game on Steam, start downloading it, be able to play it, and just get a refund from GameStop. And I went on Steam, I purchased the game, and started downloading it, and was playing it. I was playing the game for probably about an hour before I had even gotten the email from GameStop with the CD key. So let's do some math. In total, it took about close to an hour to download, somewhere in that range, and then I played for an hour. So it took GameStop 2 hours to review my purchase and give me the CD key. So I get the email, and I'm like, wow, I'm glad I went ahead and purchased it on Steam. You know, it would have been too late at this point if I had waited, etc., etc. So I don't use the CD key at all. I call GameStop, GameStop's credit card first, I believe, and I talked to one person, and they're like, no, we can't refund you. And I'm like, well, you know, I didn't use the CD key. You guys, you know, I purchased the game, and then you guys made me wait for a review process. There was nothing written, or, you know, nowhere did it state that there was some type of time period that you had to wait after purchasing the game. So I said, you know, can you transfer me to someone else? And they said, sure, put me on hold, and I get hung up on. So at this point, I'm starting to get a little pissed off. So I call GameStop customer service, you know, just actual GameStop customer service. And I get a hold of some guy who was nice, and I talked to him, and he's like, oh no, he's like, as long as you didn't use the key, we can tell, and you won't be charged for it. Don't worry about it. We will refund you the money. You will not be charged for it. You know, you didn't use it, so there's no reason why, yada yada yada. So, you know, I didn't think that was abnormal or anything, because it made sense to me. Awesome landing, by the way. You know, it made sense to me. I didn't use the CD key, so I deserve the refund. And so I'm like, cool, thanks, man. And I got his name, and this gets funny. I get his ID number and his name and his information. And then I proceed with my day thinking that I'm not going to get charged. So a couple days later, I look, and I still got charged the money. So I call back the customer service where I spoke to the guy who said I wouldn't get a refund, and they asked me, they said, well, who did you speak with? I gave them the name, and they said, that name doesn't, there's no one here by that name. And I said, well, that's okay, I have a ID number. And they said, we don't have ID numbers. So whoever I talked to pretty much just gave me the runaround to get me off the phone because they were lazy and did not want to deal with it. So that was the the topping of the cake. That really sent me off. You know, the fact that someone would lie about you know, me getting the refund, make up a whole bunch of bullshit about some ID when they don't have those, etc., use a fake name, which I don't understand because I'm assuming they record, but hey, this is GameStop's money, so they're probably not too inclined to want to really look into it. So anyways, at this point, I'm like, okay, I'm not going to get anywhere with GameStop customer service. Let me call the credit card company and do this how I would on any of my other credit cards and dispute it. So I proceed and I call the credit card company and I speak to another gentleman and I talk to him and I say, you know, I explain everything. I explain how I got the runaround and, you know, the whole story. And, you know, he somewhat sincerely, you know, was surprised and said, okay, you know, what I can do is go ahead and put the dispute through for you. So he put the dispute in, and then I said to him, so while this is being disputed, am I still going to have to pay for this? He said, well, that's up to you. You know, while we are disputing it, if you don't pay, yes, it will hurt your credit card. So regardless, I had no choice at this point on whether or not I went ahead and paid the $60 plus the $5 bullshit tax that GameStop chooses to put on their games. If you buy any game from Steam, you pay the $60 flat. You don't pay some extra $5. So anyways, at this point I had no choice other than to start paying for the game or have it affect my credit card and possibly get sent to a debit collector. So I'm like, okay, whatever, you know, I'll make the minimum payments and I'll wait and hopefully it'll get worked out. Well, very quickly, GameStop responded with a letter saying, we're sorry, but there's not enough evidence to show why you should be reimbursed this money, yada yada yada. More bullshit, typical GameStop bullshit. I didn't use the CD key. There's ways they can check that, and I end up paying for the game. So I just wanted to get that out there. You know, I know it's no secret that GameStop screws people over. They say power to the players, but no, they don't give any power to the players. They take the power away from players, and they have been screwing gamers over probably since they have been a business. And the reasoning for making this video is a little bit to just put more feedback out there about how GameStop is continuing to act like a horrible business and, you know, screw people over. And another part of it is just to make people aware. Hopefully no one will make the mistake I do. If you purchase a game from GameStop online with your credit card, there are no refunds regardless of whether you use the game or not. They're not giving you your money back. So either way, you know, everything's becoming digital now. I became a PC gamer a year or so ago, so I mean, I've got an Xbox One I don't really use, so I don't have the need for GameStop that much anymore, so I'm not too worried about it. And in my opinion, I see GameStop not really lasting much longer, and I hate to say it, but when they do go out of business, it'll be a happy day for me, because they have no values, they have no principles, and, you know, I'm just, at this point, I will not pre-order any game from them anymore. I won't spend a single dollar at GameStop. I paid off this game and got rid of the credit card. And they asked me why, and I straight up said, you know, because your service is shit and your company's shit, and left it at that. So yeah, so we'll leave the video at that. As always, guys, thank you for watching. But as you guys know, suggest anything you want, and I will do everything in my power to make that video. I got no problem with that. And I'll also give a quick update here. My son now is almost 2 weeks old. He is doing excellent. My wife's recovering excellent. It was an all-natural birth. Everything's going well on that end, so I can't complain. You know, life is good, but GameStop sucks. So thanks for watching, guys.